Mountain Broward drivers earn well over $100,000 a year, with the top income earners making over $160,000 a year. And did I mention these drivers are home every single day? No layovers, all liftgate, and hourly pay. In fact, some people consider this job among the easiest of all the food service jobs. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. It's Taja here, and I'm back with another banger today. So, food service trucking jobs are in high demand with high pay, day one benefits, and excellent home time. These jobs seem great on the surface. I mean, name me a trucker that doesn't want to make 2 bands a week as a company driver and be home every single day, if not every other day. Now, food service jobs are 100% touch freight, so it's not an easy 2 bands a week. In fact, it is very hard and strenuous work. Those brave souls are the cream of the crop, on the other hand. We need those truck drivers. Everyone loves to eat, and although the work is hard, there are options out there that you should consider if you want to get into the food service industry. And to be more specific, chain delivery food service jobs are the hidden gem of the food service industry. Instead of dealing with mom and pop restaurants, basements, going up and down stairs with 400 pounds of food, don't get me started on that. These particular companies right here take some of the stress out of food service, and we got to start with my former employer, Gordon Food Service, in their chain division. Now, about a month ago, I did a video about GFS and their component pay system, and I encourage you guys to check that video out. But basically, GFS chain delivery drivers benefit greatly for the following reasons. You get a 4-day work week. You are a regional truck driver if you are a rookie with no experience, because they do hire rookies. You do overnight deliveries, which mostly consists of key drops. Unlike self-service drivers, you avoid running into restaurant employees, you avoid crowded parking lots, and you avoid those dreaded stairs. Some of these chain restaurants that GFS delivers to include Bob Evans, Raising Cane's, Panda Express, Isaac's, and Potbelly. Usually these restaurants are on ground level with the kitchen and walk-in located at the back near the dumpsters. Pay is advertised between $75,000 and $100,000 a year, and drivers are on the component pay system. Now, if you're interested in learning more about GFS chain delivery, check out I'm Anthony TV. He's based out of the Mobile, Alabama drop yard and has been a regional driver for GFS for the past 5 years. And in terms of benefits, GFS offers day one benefits, 401k matching with Vanguard, and they also offer profit sharing after 1 year of service. Now, moving on, if you're interested in only delivering to one particular restaurant, these next 2 chain delivery jobs may be perfect for you. But they are regional, just like Gordon Food Service in their chain division. The first being Domino's Pizza. Domino's Pizza truck drivers, they make all the money, with the top drivers earning $140,000 a year. At one point, they were offering a $20,000 sign-on bonus paid out in 9 months. Now, I couldn't find any recent information about this, so I'm assuming they discontinued it. They also do component pay, which consists of the weight of the truck, miles, and downtime. Now, some locations you only need 6 months experience for the job if you're a current CDL holder, but they do have a driver training program for those who are interested in working for the company. Drivers are responsible for delivering the freight from the supply chain center to various Domino's pizza stores. The freight includes pizza boxes and dough trays. The drivers are responsible for returning the empty dough trays back to the supply chain center as well. Benefits include 401k with company match, day one benefits, health, dental, and vision, and access to Domino's stock at a 15% discount. Now, their competitor, Papa John's, is also hiring. At the time of this video, they have a $5,000 sign-on bonus. Drivers make anywhere from $90,000 to $95,000 a year, a little less than Domino's Pizza, for the same responsibilities essentially. Their responsibilities are similar to Domino's because they're both 100% touch freight. In fact, all these shops I'm going to talk about are 100% touch freight. But basically, they deliver the pizza dough to the Papa John's stores, and they're paid by the route, which is basically component pay. You do need 1 year experience to work for this company, and they have a very, very strong preference for individuals who have experience in food service or beverage due to the physicality of this particular job. Now, moving on. For those of you who are looking for local chain delivery positions that pay hourly, then these next 2 jobs may be the way to go for you. Starting with Sheetz. Sheetz convenience store truck drivers transport and hand unload all the product at various Sheetz gas stations. It all comes off a ramp, no lift gates, and I was actually able to I was actually able to capture footage from a Sheetz delivery truck the other day. Drivers usually have helpers on their route, so it's not a one-man show. Unlike most local food service delivery jobs, Sheetz food service drivers are paid $32.65 an hour, and they have 3-day rotating shifts. Average shift times are around 14 hours, and even though these drivers work long hours, they get 4 days off, and I'm pretty sure they can work an extra day considering how busy these gas stations are. Now, you do need 2 years experience for this position. However, if you decide to be a driver helper, then you have the option of becoming a route delivery driver, and they will pay for your CDL training. Now, I couldn't find the average or the median salary for Sheetz convenience store truck drivers, but there are 2,080 hours in a year, 2,080 working hours in a year. You multiply that by 3265, these drivers can expect a base salary of around $68,000. And obviously, truck drivers work more than 40 hours a week if you include overtime. So these drivers can make well over $95,000 a year. Now, if you don't want to run up and down a ramp all day long, then you may want to consider this food service job because it's 100% lift gates with hourly pay and local runs. That's right, Martin Brower truck drivers deliver exclusively to McDonald's with some Chipotle and Chick-fil-A chain accounts in the mix. Mountain Brower drivers earn well over $100,000 a year, with the top income earners making over $160,000 a year. And did I mention these drivers are home every single day? No layovers, all liftgate, and hourly pay. In fact, some people consider this job among the easiest of all the food service jobs. Freight is preloaded and palletized. It comes off the truck via a pallet jack or hand carts, and the drivers are just responsible for pushing it into the store. There is a $10,000 sign-on bonus. Not sure how it's paid out, but a high sign-on bonus almost always indicates a high turnover. So even though it's the easiest of the food service jobs, it's still not an easy job. Now, like I said, they do hourly pay unless it's otherwise stated. For example, if you decide to go on the Chick-fil-A chain account, you will be under component pay, averaging $40 an hour. You will only deliver at night because it's almost impossible to fit a 48-foot trailer at a Chick-fil-A during the day. But you have to be based out of the Atlanta area for this particular position. And speaking of Atlanta, Georgia, my hometown, shout out to food service driver. So food service driver works at Mlan in Atlanta, Georgia, which delivers to various fast food restaurants, including Panda Express, Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, Buffalo Wild Wings, Long John Silver's, just to name a few. And drivers who want to work in teams may look into the grocery division, which delivers to various gas stations like the 7-Eleven and popular truck stops like Love's or the Pilot and Fighting J's. Drivers receive day one benefits, are paid component pay, and have a minimum pay guarantee. It varies somewhere between $1,200 to $1,500 a week. However, Mlan pays bi-weekly. Sadly, kind of makes it less worth it to touch freight if you're not paid every single week. But that's just my opinion. Mlan truck drivers are paid component pay as well, and they can make anywhere between $70,000 to $100,000 a year or more. It varies widely because drivers have to start out on extra board, which can greatly affect your pay. Drivers with an assigned route make the most money at Mlan. And some locations you need at least 1 year experience, while other locations they train you through their CDL program. Food service driver and Hustle Motivate are both current drivers at Mlan. They are wonderful sources of information if you're interested in working for this particular company. And coincidentally, both have worked at Cisco, which is the parent company to the Sigma network. So the Sigma network, similarly to Mlan, delivers to various fast food chains including Wendy's, Panera Bread, Checkers, Texas Roadhouse, just to name a few. And they also deliver to popular truck stops like Pilot and the Flying J's. This is not a local job, as drivers will lay over. Average route time is somewhere between 24 and 36 hours. First-year drivers at Sigma earn between $90,000 and $95,000 a year, with the top drivers earning $150,000 a year. Drivers receive day one benefits, 401k with company match, and access to Cisco stock at a discount. Now, Sigma prefers drivers to have at least 1 year of CDL experience, but they make exceptions to recent CDL grads. Now, after mentioning all those chain delivery food service jobs and what they offer, I will say this. If food service is something that you're interested in, man, I consider chain delivery, and having access to a liftgate is a plus. In addition, making overnight deliveries eliminates the stressful traffic situations and tight backing situations because restaurants are closed. And best of all, you don't have to deal with stairs as a chain delivery driver. Or do you? I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure all these fast food restaurants are on ground level. And also, food service, chain delivery jobs, they are some of the highest paid positions in trucking. It's not an easy $100,000 a year. Somebody has to do it. So yeah, shout out to Anthony. Shout out to food service driver, Illwise, RLCTV, Hustle Motivate. You guys are the greatest. Thank you for everything you do. And if you made it this far, thank you for watching. Like this video, comment on this video, share this video. I'm Tasia Woods, and I'll see you next time.